Stugotz here for Stamps.com. These days, you can practically get everything on demand, like our podcast. Listen whenever you want, when it's convenient for you. Did you know you can even get postage on demand? That's right. All you need is Stamps.com. Been using them for years. Absolutely love it. So convenient, so great. With Stamps.com, you can access all the service of the post office right from your desk. Buy and print real U.S. postage for any letter or any package. All available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Just click, print, mail, and you are done. Stamps.com will even send you a digital scale. You can weigh your letters and packages and print the exact amount of postage every single time. Guys, no more trips to the post office because you could do it all at home with Stamps.com. That's the beauty. Right now, go to Stamps.com, use code Dan for this special offer. It's a great one. 4-week trial, which includes postage and a digital scale. Don't wait. Go to Stamps.com before you do anything else. Click on the radio microphone at the top of the homepage. Type in Dan. That's Stamps.com. Enter code Dan.
This broadcast is brought to you by the 13 heavy machinery operators who dug this radio station's foundation, the 53 iron workers who laid the rebar, the 28 cement workers who poured the floors, the 24 electricians, 10 elevator contractors, 23 carpenters, 9 plumbers, 20 masons, 12 glaziers, 19 mechanical contractors, and the hundreds of thousands of workers who maintain the nation's power grid and radio towers. Also, you can hear me say words like terms and conditions, limited time, or
come see Tricero Trucks at the Dome. Be there.
They're talkers and they're doers. Timberland Pro Work Apparel and Footwear. Always do. Never done.
He's back. He's back.
Oh, man. So happy.
One last dance. Hey, welcome back.
Who?
You.
Oh,
I'm
me.
glad HR finally took your side. It was pretty irresponsible.
Yeah.
Dan realized he doesn't have the power to just fire people.
Right. Thank you.
Dwyane Wade. This was going to be a football town, right? It was a football town for all of 2 hours. And Dwyane Wade made it a basketball town again.
What a weekend.
Oh, huge weekend.
Oh.
You didn't think it could get better than the Miami Hurricanes?
How come I'm the only one dancing?
Making a statement at Toledo. Smoking the glass bowl. Then the Miami Dolphins and Ryan Tannehill, not necessarily doing it with his arm, but doing it with his legs.
How do you dance to this?
This is a disco song, so you dance disco style.
This is like, I don't want to take any shots, but Charlie's Wedding had the worst music of any wedding that I've ever been to.
Wow.
It had bad music.
Did you like it, Chris?
Man, I mean, I'm not going to say that I was blown away by the music, but, you know, the alcohol was flowing. I wasn't like, there was no point where I was like, woof.
Was there an electric slide?
No, I mean, there's no dance at any point. I love Charlie, but there was no song that played that I'm like, yeah, I know how to dance to this. Like, I need some, like...
It was one of the first weddings I went to where it was back and forth between a band and then they would take a break and then it was DJ. So it was like, I didn't know, I couldn't really catch my flow because it was going back and forth.
Let me quit beating around the bush. I need music in Spanish. Like, I need some music with, like, some rhythm, something going on. We were
not one Spanish song.
No, there not just
well, that's not surprising.
Not one. Well, no, that wasn't that surprising. But like, there was no. I'm trying to think. There was like Modest Mouse or whatever. Like
they played Float On.
How are you supposed to dance to that?
There was a live band playing Float On. And I dug it, but I've never heard Modest Mouse played at a wedding.
There was
before.
lots of songs like that, and like this song, Last Dance, like this plays like at the end of like a party, and it's like, do you play a song no one can dance to, so everyone gives up and just leaves?
Well, it's not the end of Dwyane Wade's party, Billy.
Oh God,
the party is just starting. And I know you were mad yesterday because you have this campaign against Wade.
I don't have a campaign against Wade.
You have a campaign against Wade.
It's annoying, all right? When Michael Jordan came back, he faxed in, I'm back. How about that? We need 10 minutes, a 10-minute video of you pretending you're going to retire just to say you're coming back. Don't come at me and tell me you don't want a retirement tour and start doing that. That's ridiculous.
This is all very fair, okay? Because...
And can we stick to one hashtag? What do we need confusing. 2 different hashtags for? Hashtag Spotlight On, hashtag One Last Dance. Which one is it going to be? Every time I want to talk about this, I need to use 2 hashtags now?
It was very confusing because he put out the video, and I guess he was hoping for One Last Dance, hashtag One Last Dance to go trending, which, not for nothing, the tweet with that subject heading, right? One Last Dance really spoiled the 10-minute video.
Yeah.
Because if you just watch the video on its own for 10 minutes, which I did, and Dwayne, we got to talk. We'll get to all of this. You think he's going to retire, but you know that the title is One Last Dance. So what was he hoping to achieve? Because it seemed like a twist ending that he was coming back towards the end, but it was all ruined. And he's wearing a T-shirt, and like Billy said, it's not even the same hashtag One Last Dance. It's hashtag Spotlight Always On or Spotlight On or something like that. I was just very confused. But for somebody who said last year that he didn't want all the Kobe Bryant farewell tour, that he didn't want any of that attention, to drag this out and put out a 10-minute video just to say he's coming back would seem to be a bit of, let's just say it wasn't on message. It's not on brand for D Wade. A bit look at me, which is not something that I'm
right now?
Are you
on Team Billy?
No,
What's going on right now?
I'm already just,
this
guys.
Is Sweet 16, guys.
What
we
is
should
that
be celebrating?
Yeah, what did
the
that
old
mean?
us? I blame
Sweet 16. Because it's the 16th season?
I blame Billy for this. If Billy hadn't done this weight stuff, we'd be dancing. We would just be playing music this segment.
I'm telling you right now.
What has happened to us?
It was a little whack. I'm just going to say it. And that being said, I still got the feels and was happy, but the 10 minutes was a little bit laborious. Okay?
Just, guys, prepare yourselves now mentally for next year's hashtag encore, hashtag curtain call when he comes back for one final last dance season, because this is not going to be his last season.
You guys.
I'm just telling you right now, hashtag encore, hashtag curtain call, hashtag lighters in the air, hashtag something stupid, because it's going to happen again next year. We're going to play the same stupid game.
I am really happy he's back.
Yeah, that video was a 10-minute. It was like a roller coaster ride.
It was just. I mean, Dwyane knows what he means to the very specific, crazy Miami Heat fan.
Yeah.
Okay, the rest of the nation is looking at this video. The rest of the nation, anytime we mention Dwyane Wade in comparison to Kobe Bryant, looks at us like we got three heads, anyways.
Yeah.
So he was playing to his constituencies. He knows what he means to the Miami Heat fans, and we gobbled that up. But about the 8-minute and 30-second mark, I was like, okay, this seems to be a bit much.
Is Dwyane Wade a victim to the era he played in? Because honestly, he's a great basketball player, but he played at the same time as so many other great basketball players that I don't think people realize how good he was. Because he's not Kobe, he's not LeBron.
To your point, he's not even Allen Iverson in terms of national appeal and reputation, and he's so much better of a basketball player than Allen Iverson ever was.
He did a lot of commercials and stuff. I think nationally he's thought of as one of the all-time greats.
Nationally, he's thought of as one of the best stars in the league, but he's not thought of as a guy that you would put. Right now, you could make the argument that he's the second greatest shooting guard in NBA history by just pointing to numbers, but you say that to any NBA fan in a sports bar outside of Miami, and you're insane. You're insane to make that argument.
So are we wrong, or are they wrong? Because I feel like we think everything down here is the best of everything.
I mean, we're not
ever.
wrong if you look at the numbers and you look at efficiency and two-way playing. It's a very compelling argument, but you walk into Joe Sports Bar and talk to Joe Sports fan, he's going to point to rings and Kobe Bryant.
Not a real place. You made that up.
Is he going to get the Jeter treatment? Is he going to get a gift everywhere he goes?
Well, that's why you do this, right? You do this, you announce the tour so you can get all the cool gifts and you can get people cheering you, because Dwyane Wade, honestly, nationally, I think he's viewed more as a villain. He's not viewed as this beloved dude. He's the guy that would tear Rajon Rondo's arm out of the socket. He was the bad guy, I think, in terms of that whole Big Three era.
Do you have to pay taxes on those gifts? Like when you win on The Price is Right, sometimes people sign away their right to take the prizes because they don't want to pay the taxes on. Like if you win a car, you have to pay the taxes on the car.
Yeah.
So when Mariano Rivera or whatever retired and they gave him a sandcastle in Tampa Bay, did he have to claim this is a $5,000 sandcastle or whatever and pay taxes on it?
I mean, athletes always have creative bookkeeping because of taxes and whatnot. But do you pay taxes on your Christmas gifts?
No, because I think they're not of a certain value. I think if it's over a value, you'd have to pay.
If he gets a Ferrari, I'm sure he's going to have to pay taxes. But I don't think you have to pay taxes on a rocking chair.
I was just going to say, how many rocking chairs do you think they're going to give him?
Especially with the way that his playing style sort of evolved, and he made sure to mention that in the 10-minute video. I could have just become a jump shooter, even though 4 minutes ago I said that I wasn't a good jump shooter because everyone told me that I wasn't.
I think he knew that everybody forgot about it at that point because you're watching and you're like, oh, Jesus, when is this going to end? What are we getting to? I fast-forwarded to the end of it.
No, I watched the whole thing.
I started watching it again because we're going to have to talk about this, so I have to watch it. And 3 minutes in, I'm like, enough.
I watched it all. I watched every second. I actually enjoyed it. I did chuckle at one point where he said that this was the biggest decision of his life.
Yeah.
It's wait. What are you talking about?
Well, what about the time that you left for Chicago? That wasn't the biggest decision. What was so hard about this one? But, I mean, I know what was so hard about this one because he's explained it for 10 minutes.
His retirement tour, oh my God, when they go to LA for the Lakers, is going to be so obnoxious. With LeBron saying goodbye to Wade.
No, it's not going to be obnoxious.
Oh my
it's
God.
It's going to be cool. Look, this is not what I wanted to do.
Did LeBron do the tweet yet?
My God,
LeBron's really the one I want to rip here. I'm all for Wade. Did LeBron send out the tweet yet? Oh, no. Love my brother. One last ride.
Have we?
Oh my God, I was just...
Has LeBron ruined this yet?
Just making it about himself. Like, let Wade have his day.
Oh man, what am I doing? Billy,
how can you be mad at LeBron?
I'm mad at you, Billy, because this should be...
I'm mad at
He
both
hasn't
of
said
you.
anything? Oh man, you got to say something,
it's coming.
LeBron.
He's
Wait a minute.
You heard me.
No, that's Mike.
No, you heard
Stay
me.
out of this, LeBron, finally.
No, but he's still got to say something. I mean, he's got to use one of the 3 hashtags, Dwyane Wade, Sweet 16. Oh, by the way, congratulations, Life Brand. Welcome back. Life Brand, welcome back. Wade 316. Oh, man. You saw that shirt, Billy? Wade 316 is his jersey number, the years he's played, and it's made it look like the Stone Cold shirt.
Yeah, get ready.
Welcome back, Life Brand.
Listen, WWE, go after them, please.
But this is a day of celebration. Can we,
Yes, you're right.
I want to make fun of LeBron a little bit because he's going to make this about himself. And when they go when the Heat go to LA, it's going to be obnoxious.
He hasn't made it about himself yet, and I'm upset that he hasn't because I just want to be able to crush him for doing so. But I think Billy, he's made some solid points, honestly, throughout this Dwyane Wade experience.
Always.
And I know that I'm an emotional creature. Heat and Hurricane Homer, I get all of that.
He's earned it. Dwyane Wade has earned it.
He has.
He can be old. He has earned the right to do whatever he wants around here.
10 minutes, though. 10-minute video.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's ridiculous. Doesn't he have anyone editing him? Wade, maybe cut this in half.
Well, it was him alone in a room. He even time coded it. He's like Sunday, 1:36 p.m.
That's not real.
There was a whole team.
Dwyane Wade, not a football fan. You don't think that was real?
No,
how many weeks ago do you think It was.
They rented out a big space.
He said the date.
It looked like a big space.
He knew when he was releasing it because he said the date. I'm here right now, September 16th.
Dude, he cried about Henry Thomas, which was that was incredibly touching.
I missed that part. Yeah,
he cried. It started, and I knew he was coming back because I saw Shams. I'm getting a little choked up right now because I got a Sham bomb saying he was coming back. So I watched this video, and the way it starts is just him going. Which is, goosebumps.
No, I mean,
tell his wife.
It's a little worrisome that he's that out of breath just walking to a camera.
He is a hell of a performer. You were going to make the point. Gabby's showing him, how to be a little theatrical. A lot of people say that he embellishes some calls as theatrical on the court. This dude has a future in whatever he wants. Public speaking, that guy's going to make a killing because I was captivated for about 4.5 minutes, and then I was tempted to fast forward.
I just don't believe that in the locker room everyone was calling him young fella. Like, who was he talking to in his locker room? Who are like these old timers? Like, does he call people young fella when he talks to them now? Because he's the old man in the locker room. So is he calling people young fella? I just feel like that's like a 60-year-old talking to you, not like a 34-year-old talking to a 20-year-old.
This season's going to be so fun, though.
Thank you.
There are going to be so many great moments. Because now there's an end date. That last regular season game is actually on the road, but his last home game, I forget who it's against, but we're going to make the playoffs anyway, so it doesn't matter. But it's still going to be an emotional experience. Lots of single game purchases for me. And if he does anything, oh my God, Billy, if he does anything, I mean a crucial rebound in the closing moments. If he's on the court and draws an extra defender, I'm going to give him all the credit in the world.
I'm shocked you haven't gotten season tickets again.
No, I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it.
But it's your last chance, last dance, spotlight on.
Well, I'll pick the individual moments and go game by game. You can't get a rate hike. I mean, but at least I'm sure the Heat season ticket department would have preferred this news coming out a little sooner. Because that's what this season's about now.
Maybe they called him and they're like, Dwyane, let's release the video now because we're not doing so great on sales. Let's give people some time to buy some tickets.
They played the 76ers on April 9th.
Ooh, that's going to be a crucial game, though.
When do they play at the Lakers?
That's the last home game.
I am not watching that game at the Lakers.
Why?
It's just going to be
LeBron.
Man. He's going to have a video of just himself. There's going to be him on the Jumbotron. I want to tell you about my man, Wade, my brother. It's like, we get it, LeBron.
At the Lakers, the game that you want to get is Lakers here. because you know LeBron's actually going to play in that game, which has never been a guarantee with LeBron whenever he comes down here, because it's one last time against my brother.
Just so they can do a bunch of conversations that we can't see because they're covering their mouth.
Hey, this is really not my last dance.
This is
Get
so
ready
moving.
for hashtag encore.
Yeah, this is so moving.
Hashtag one more dance.
The first of the 2 games versus the Lakers is November 18th.
Wow. Okay, yeah. I'm definitely fine.
I'm already
At
stuffed.
home.
I'm already too full of it.
Dan Le Batard.
Strap it on here, Dan. I'm going to take you for a ride. Strap yourself in is what I meant. Not strap it on.
Strap one arm.
I meant strap yourself in here, Dan.
Stugotz.
Listen, it was a poor choice of words, poor phrasing, but I meant strap in because there are several big words coming up in this last story. Don't strap anything on.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz on the ticket.
Oh, what a weekend. The Miami Dolphins are 2-0.
Just like you had it.
Just like I had it. They are atop the AFC East for the first time since 2013. That's crazy.
It was a pretty fantastic sports weekend for Miami all around. Yeah, the Hurricanes make a statement in the Glass Bowl. The Miami Dolphins, unexpectedly, I think, winning at New York, considering how that Monday nighter went at Detroit for the Jets. Everyone was high on Sam Darnold.
How cool was it seeing that? I knew Miami was going to win at Toledo when I saw a clip before the game. They're taunting the student section.
Oh, that's DJ. DJ Dallas is my favorite Miami Hurricane.
Yeah.
That's my dude right now. Oh. And by the way, low key, looks like Travis Homer kind of lost his job because almost an even distribution in snaps, in carries for DJ Dallas and Travis Homer. DJ actually had one more carry than Travis Homer, and he seemed to be the guy now. So Travis Homer kind of low key might have just lost his job. But yes, the Miami Dolphins are 2-0, and we have one last dance with Dwyane Wade. All in all, a fantastic Miami sports weekend. I know Billy has sort of gotten to some of us in sort of
pause up.
This.
Is that what we're talking about? FIU's 39-point win? Get ready, suckers, because this is not going to be the cakewalk you thought it was going to be this week.
I thought it was going to be a 28-point spread, and it was just 26.5. So
who did they beat?
UMass by 39.
Oh, the Minutemen. Yeah.
By 39.
Yeah, at the Cage. A couple weather delays in that one too, right?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
Well,
tied a school record, 63 points.
Okay, well, we can get into FIU. There's going to be plenty of time. I really would prefer to just preview the tailgate as opposed to what's going to happen in that game because that's not going to be much of one. Oh, we need to talk about what Rozier did on social media too. But I do want to hit on Dwyane Wade just sort of one last time because I don't think we really, and me, I'm guilty. The Billy got strong in me there for a second.
I was like, what am I
This is awesome that Dwyane is coming back for one more year. Because I don't want him to just sort of say, I'm done without me really giving him the proper amount of love. And I understand, it's a bit of a contradiction saying, I don't want the whole farewell tour and then doing something like this, starting it with a social media campaign, a hashtag, and a 10-minute video. But this is actually, this is going to sound like a huge homer. What a selfless act from Dwyane Wade. What an incredible selfless act, because this last year, he's not doing it for himself, I don't think. He's doing it for us. He's doing it so we can say thank you.
What a selfless act, stealing all the minutes from our young players.
Do you guys know what you're saying?
So selfless.
Do you know what your words mean together?
Yes.
Do you know the word selfless means? What are you talking about?
He's not in it for himself. This is, honestly, if it were up to him, the impression that I got from that video was, I really don't want to play, but I know, Mike, you really want to say
it for you.
Mike,
you
want
really
to say goodbye. You want to say goodbye. You want more moments? I got more moments. I got more moments in the bag, and I'm going to drop them out game by game as I lead you to a 3 seed and potentially a team that can make noise. Yep.
Why do you do this to yourself?
What do you mean? Why do I do this to myself? He's my favorite basketball player.
Enjoy the best athlete we've ever had down here.
The best athlete in South Florida sports history.
You're talking yourself into a 3 seed, like if that means anything. That doesn't mean anything. A 3 seed means
a lot. It means that you're the third best team in your conference.
Yeah, but it's a terrible conference.
LeBron's not in the conference.
Are you going to win the championship?
Maybe.
No chance.
The Eastern Conference Championship?
No.
The NBA title? No.
Well, then Billy,
that sounds absurd.
Why are you a Marlins fan then?
Because baseball's different. Baseball's random in the playoffs. And if you get into the playoffs, you can win the World Series.
Right. And that's what the East is. You saw Miami played, it was a rare 5-game series that felt like a 7-gamer, honestly, between Miami and Philadelphia. A little tweak here, a little tweak there.
They won every first half. I remember this conversation.
Okay, man, look, we're not going to win the East, okay? There, I said it, but there's going to be moments.
That's even more reason to enjoy Dwyane Wade.
We got another thing. I was kind of jealous of the Kobe Bryant ride that the Lakers got, even while they were bad, because it made a meaningless season worth something. And judging by the Heat's offseason, this season's going to be kind of meaningless. Okay? My expectations for the team aren't exactly sky high. But I get the Kobe Bryant farewell tour, which I was actually jealous of because that seemed cool. And now it's not just, oh, hey, guess what? The Bucks are in town, and that's not a game that you would normally pay attention to, but I'm going to pay attention to it right now because oh no, it's the last time I get to see Greek Freak versus Dwyane Wade. Everything is now viewed through that Dwyane Wade prism. This is the last time I'm going to get to see Dwyane Wade hit 2 free throws in a row in the fourth quarter against the Sacramento Kings.
Plus, you could see who knows what Riley's going to do. He might make a move. Let's do something for Wade here, make a little trade. All of a sudden, we have a legit chance to make the finals in the East. I'm sorry.
The Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, we can make the Eastern Conference Finals. Who else besides the Celtics?
Man, I did love the 2 hours that this was a football town. This was a football town for 2 strong hours, man. You got it back, football heads, Dolphin fans.
Are we really
But it's a basketball town again.
The Dolphins, are we really that excited? I mean, we're 2-0.
Yes, you're really that excited about the Miami Dolphins because you're 2-0 and you guys didn't think that you would be 2-0.
But it looked a lot similar. Any win the Dolphins have had the last 5 years just kind of looked like that. We actually got out to a lead. Oh, we're blowing the lead up. Let's just hold on for dear life.
This was another key elimination game. It was in that group of death, the 6-10/10-6 group. And not only do you need to win games within this group, you need to give other teams in that group a loss. And the Jets would appear now to be in that group. A lot of people were high on them after that Monday nighter, but they appear to be, 1 or 2 bounces. We could be in the playoffs or not. And right now, the bounces are going your way. Ryan Tannehill wasn't as accurate on the deep ball as we would have liked to have seen. Wasn't spectacular with his arm, but heavy RPO offense, a totally new game plan that nobody really expected going into New York, where Ryan Tannehill, off that ACL injury, is making plays.
He looks good
with his feet and with his mind, because the RPO offense is just as much a mental game as it is a physical game. And I thought his decision making was spectacular, leading the charge on the ground for the Miami Dolphins. I thought your defensive line played really well. Akeem Spence and Devon Godshaw, if that's how you pronounce it. I always want to say Godchell when I see it because it's a little French. You went to LSU, so I always thought it was that, but Godshaw sounds pretty badass.
I mean, the Dolphins they were fortunate in that game, which, that's part of close games, is the ball bouncing your way. In the first half, the Jets, terrible clock management, got stopped a half a yard short with no time left and no timeouts. That could have been easily a touchdown for the Jets. They fumbled it twice, at the goal line.
And Sam Darnold looked like a rookie. Sam Darnold made some mistakes that looked like Sam Darnold from USC to me. A guy who was prone to make some mistakes, some of which on him. He didn't exactly get much help. That ground game was pretty bad. But all in all, it was a close game towards the end, but not really. I never felt like Miami had lost control of that game.
Right.
There might have been a little bit nervy. If you're viewing it as a nervous sports fan, I understand where you say, oh no, here's the Dolphins, we're going to blow it. But as someone who's not a Dolphin fan, I never really felt like you guys didn't have control of that game.
Such a good feeling being up 8 instead of 7. When even if they get that touchdown, that they have to get the 2-point conversion. So I was never really nervous of the game because of that.
Yeah, especially what's going on in the NFL now where no one can make an extra point. Roger Goodell, I know you moved the extra points back. Move it back to where it was.
I actually like it.
Make it the NFL Blitz,
it's
the free extra point option. Just let me press the circle button and get the free extra point because this is insanity.
It makes it crazy. It makes the games unpredictable. Why? I don't understand. Why don't we like that?
I want to, when I'm texting friends score updates, I'd like to just go ahead and assume that the team's going to make the extra point. I've been caught far too often saying, oh, game's tied 7-7. Oh, I'm sorry.
You're a Browns fan.
Missed the extra point. It's 7-6.
You're a Browns fan. That happened. Didn't you guys miss an extra point to possibly win the game?
You missed 4 kicks yesterday. The Browns.
Yeah, we missed 2 field goals, PAT, which deflated the team. That missed PAT. I think the Browns might have won that game if they got the PAT because you could see a just totally deflated team. And then Drew Brees carves them up. They get in position for a game-winning field goal. Their kicker makes it. Then, against all odds, the Browns actually get in field goal range with 16 seconds left. Hugh Jackson doesn't call another play to maybe get closer on the sidelines. Sends out Zane Gonzalez, who at that point was just totally broken, and he misses a 52-yarder, and now the Browns are bringing in kickers like Cairo Santos and Blair Walsh, and Zane's gone.
Speaking of people who kick, the Dolphins punter might have been the MVP yesterday. The dude had 6 punts, like 3 inside the 10, 5 inside the 20. Like the Dolphins won, as boring, it's not fun to talk about. The Dolphins won field position in that game, and I think the punter was money. Lefty punter, there's a lot of lefty punters. You guys notice this in the league this year? A lot of lefty punters.
I did notice one punter. He made me kind of feel a little uncomfortable. It was this Giants punter, and they always showed him from the back, and his style is to sort of cup his cheeks before he puts his hands right below his cheeks.
Wow.
And he sort of stands like he's an Instagram model.
His butt cheeks.
Yeah, his butt cheeks. His butt cheeks. He kind of looks like an Instagram model. I'm like, who's this? Who's this guy?
Is he trying to keep his hands warm?
Who's this guy?
What's going on there?
I always just catch myself like, what's going on over here?
What is that pose? Why do people do that? Like, are you lifting up your cheeks?
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but it's working for him. I think his name is Dixon. I wasn't looking at the nameplate.
Batard.
So now what is happening with your wife?
Divorce is happening. I took my wife's truck to lacrosse practice last night. She said, listen, I'm low on gas. Please fill it up.
Oh, no.
But I'm thinking to myself, I'll just fill it up on the way back. Suddenly it's 8:30. Practice is supposed to be over at 8. My daughter had homework.
Monday Night Football's about to start.
Bingo.
Stugotz.
I said, listen, you have more than enough gas to get the kids to school in the morning and get to a gas station and get gas and then come home. She said the thing was reading, you have 4 miles of gas remaining.
Right.
The school, by the way, is about 14 miles away from the house.
Oh, no.
I am still not certain if she got the girls to school. I'm not certain if she got home. She called me at one point frantically saying, what do I do when I run out of gas? It says 2 miles to go.
She could be surrounded.
I said, walk to a gas station.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz on the ticket.
2-0 Miami Dolphins. Woo! Favored to go 3-0.
How about that?
John Gruden and his Chucky face are coming into town riding 0-2. What a season. Already. What a season. Because no one could have thought we'd be here except for Chris Cody, who predicted a 2-0 start.
Yeah. Oh, man. Those Raiders are going to be so fired up coming in this week. Just imagine practice this week. They're going to get so much Gruden face.
He's going to be so mad.
He's just going to be giving this face.
He's going to be so mad.
Football, man.
2 weeks in, I'm pretty sure he doesn't know how to work the walkie-talkie system. No. Still massive. He's got like a 1980s computer processing unit on his hip. It's the most bizarre thing.
That's one of the things in sports that makes me feel oldest, that boyish wonder John Gruden is now guy who's fallen behind, who we're mocking because he can't keep up with technology.
Man, it feels like the Raiders are back because this was such an Al Davis move bringing John Gruden back in because they'd always hire the weird coach. Hey, Art Shell got fired after an 8-8 season. Bring him back. And it was 10 years too late and the game has passed him by. Oh, man. Delightful. I don't know why I'm enjoying watching John Gruden suffer so much.
But hold on a second. We'll have John Gruden to toy with during the national show. I'm curious if you guys experienced yesterday the way I do, which is that the last 10 years, here's your situation. If the Dolphins are going up to the Jets, they're going to be +3. If the Jets are coming here, the Jets are going to be +3. And so when you beat them to start 2-0, inevitably, you're going to say to yourself, well, it's just the Jets. But if the Jets had won, they would inevitably say to themselves, we're 2-0, but it's just the Dolphins. Like, they are the same team for the last 10 years, are they not?
Spider-Man meme? Spider-Man.
They have to be. They have to be the Spider-Man meme.
Yeah, but there was one key difference, Dan, and that was the quarterback position, because Sam Darnold was looking like a rookie. And Ryan Tannehill was also looking like a rookie through the air, but not with his feet. And he made brilliant plays on the ground, and he's healthy. And, hey, they're 2-0, man. They're 2-0. They won one of those elimination games.
He is an above-average quarterback. Explain the elimination game to the people who don't understand.
Once again, the elimination game is about half the league is in that
20 teams.
6-10, 10-6 range, okay? And there are crucial games in which these teams play each other. There were a couple yesterday. Texans-Titans.
Oh, my God.
The group of death elimination game was happening yesterday, okay? So that's what was going on between the Jets and Dolphins.
Oh, no, but oh, my God. I just realized something. Local bias had gotten in my way. Jets-Dolphins is Titans-Texans, isn't it?
Jets-Dolphins is the league, Dan. That's what this league is. It's Raiders at Broncos. We saw one of those 6-10, although the Raiders are really bad and they made a terrible mistake bringing in John Gruden. But that being said, they're only 3.5-point dogs, and it's another group of death elimination game next week.
The run defense actually looks good. Darnold actually threw for like 330 yards. Like, he didn't look great in those yards, but the run defense, Tannehill had more rushing yards than the Jets team.
Yeah.
So,
and
but that also has to be game plan there. If you're the Dolphins, you have to say, make the rookie beat us. Make the rookie throw the ball and prove that he can beat us.
Yeah, and their Jets running game looked really good last week. Isaiah Crowell had a monster game. They were doing nothing, which is some production out of your defensive line that you really wanted to see when you've lost guys like Ndamukong Suh.
But I don't want to be urinator. Division win on the road, you get excited about 2-0. You can't start better than that. I just want to ask you though, as they're playing the Jets and beating the Jets, are you tired of 20-12? Are you tired of that 20-12 game against the Jets that doesn't tell you really that you're a lot better than them? It's just another one of those 20-12 games that these two teams play.
Elimination game. Huge. And guess what? The Patriots lost. Yeah. So who's atop the division?
That's right.
Who is atop the division?
The first place, you know what? That's a good point.
First place Fins.
First place, and they've got the tiebreakers against.
Yeah. And they got the tiebreakers against the Titans and the Jets, and we can look ahead. 2 games against the Bills, victories.
Oh my God,
victories!
The Bills, good God!
You at least have 4 wins that you know about.
The Bills
on
and the
schedule.
Cardinals. This is what we can say for sure, right? Who can we say for sure is putrid? Bills, Cardinal.
It's just those 2 teams right now.
Is that it?
Those are the only 2 that I'm comfortable saying are bad.
Okay,
right
so
now.
that means you're going to put like 27 in the middle group, fighting for 6-10 to 10-6. Everything's an elimination.
So many
game.
group of death elimination games, and that's what the NFL. Thursday night, we got a group of death elimination game. The 1-1 Cleveland Browns hosts the 1-1 Jets. Elimination game. The NFL's figured it out. And the Hurricanes made a statement in Toledo. Why come to Toledo? That's why. You thought you were going to make your program just like Appalachian State before you, and guess what? Statement. And Malik Rozier, don't apologize for what's happening on social media. It's cool, man. Malik Rozier is who he is, and I think Malik Rozier probably had, you can make the argument that was maybe his best game as a Miami Hurricanes starter. Hustle glass bowl.
LSU is better than we thought, though.
Yeah, I called LSU objectively bad.
Not me, bro. I said that was a top 5 team in the country. You fools didn't listen to me. Pay attention. People knows.
It's a big week for people. This is a big week. Miami FIU. This is a monster game for people.
It's a joke week for people, bro. The only thing is that I can't say too much how UM is going to dominate because I'm talking to some people, if you know what I mean, from FIU. So I'm kind of conflicted. I don't know what to do here because they use dope, obviously. But some people from FIU are dope, if you know what I mean. So I don't know. How should I handle this, Dan? Oh, by the way, congratulations. I heard you were engaged. Is that true?
Why is people...
Big mistake, bro. Big dummy. You're getting married, bro. You crazy. Big mistake.
Why is people torn between FIU and Miami? People is a Miami character. He's not torn between FIU and Miami.
Danny, I know. Yeah, what are you missing? I'm trying to read between the lines. I know that the U is going to dominate, but I have some people, if you know what I mean, wink, wink, that are supporting FIU, and I don't want to upset Caro 1 and Caro 2. So I can't be saying how dope UM is too loud this week if I want the week to end on a positive note. What are you missing?
Well, were you going to explain that? Because I don't think
I thought you were a smart guy, but apparently not. I thought you could catch my drift, but it doesn't seem like you can.
No. Right, of course, Caro 1 and Caro 2 went to FIU, and so you've got to be quieter about your Miami allegiances.
Well, they didn't graduate exactly from FIU yet, but like 3 or 4 credits away. They'll get there. Listen, for what it's worth, I didn't graduate from anywhere, okay?
I know.
Yeah, I have like 67 credits left, more or less. A date.
Malik took to Instagram, Dan, and he put an Instagram comment of the shushing face emoji because that's what he did after his first touchdown at the Glass Bowl. He shushed the crowd, and I loved how cocky my Canes were, going right up to that raucous student section at Toledo.
Come on.
And he did the shushing face emoji and the caption, that shush wasn't just for Toledo fans. Oh, Malik Rozier dunking on the Canes fans that booed him against Savannah State. And then he walked it back on his IG story. He said, that post wasn't meant for Canes fans, but if it offends you, shrugging shoulders emoji. Which, Malik Rozier, don't apologize for being Malik Rozier. I know you're Malik Rozier. You know you're Malik Rozier. It's some Canes fans that don't know you're Malik Rozier, that think you're somebody different.
Which Canes fans? I think I know one of them.
There's one back there. But peepos aside, Malik Rozier is always going to hover around 50% completion. He's always going to miss a wide open Will Mallory.
He's going to make some bad mistakes.
And he's going to make some big plays on the ground. This is a dynamic you're not used to seeing, and enjoy the ride. Enjoy the Malik Rozier.
But Perry can make those same plays on the ground.
Well,
I don't understand why we're so why are we so obsessed with him? He's not that good.
It is kind of puzzling.
He's whack. He's dope. No, he's not dope. Sorry, he's whack. Sorry. I was thinking N'Kosi Perry. N'Kosi Perry's dope. Yeah. Malik Rozier's a bum, bro. That guy can get out of here already. Well, I'm ready for him to graduate or not graduate or whatever.
The book on N'Kosi Perry is what he's best at is the deep ball, which makes me a little angrier that he's not out there because the deep ball is a real weapon when you have Jeff Thomas, who is an absolute pro. That dude is possibly a first-round draft pick at wide receiver. And when Amon Richards gets healthy, you have Richards and Jeff Thomas and a quarterback who can probably overshoot them by 30 yards.
Mike, I have come to think that Richards' first name is when you get a healthy Amon.
When you get a healthy Richards.
No, when you get
a healthy is his first name.
No, when you get a healthy Amon is his first name. Like, I feel every sentence you've started for 2 years around him has been, when we get a healthy Amon. I feel like it's a really long name that should be on the back of the uniform.
He's as fast as Jeff Thomas. I don't know if he's as fast after these injuries.
When he's healthy. Right.
When you get a healthy Amon. When he's out there, Amon. Opposite of Jeff Thomas. Those are two really good weapons, and it is going to be pretty frustrating when you have a quarterback that's not going to be able to hit them with consistency. But he's a veteran, and he knows the playbook, and he knows how to decipher defenses, allegedly, and he's not going to make as many mistakes as N'Kosi Perry, allegedly, but he makes a lot of mistakes. The drawback to playing N'Kosi Perry is mistakes. However, the guy that you have in there makes mistakes.
I would find it troubling if I were watching these practices and no matter what, there wasn't someone on the roster soon ready to be the guy that they continue to have start. And I say this as no affront to Malik Rozier, but they're not going anywhere unless they get someone at the position who makes him not the starter anymore. Like you need someone. I don't know what they're not seeing in practice. You got to defer to Mark Richt on this. If he was seeing something that was obvious that suggested to him that there weren't going to be a lot of mistakes or that Perry knows the offense, whatever it is that he's seeing, if they don't get better quarterback play than this quarterback, and I'm not saying better quarterback from this quarterback, I'm saying if they don't get better quarterback play than this, they will be an also-ran in the ACC. They will be they'll be another one of the Virginia Techs. They'll be one of these teams that's sort of hovering around, but nobody fears them.
Yeah, their ceiling is probably Clemson with Taj Boyd at quarterback. New Year's game, but outside the playoff. That's their ceiling right now without a better quarterback. And I will readily admit that Malik Rozier is probably a top 6, top 5 quarterback over the last 20 years in this program. But I know what he is, and I know exactly what his ceiling is. And it looks like N'Kosi Perry has a higher ceiling. I'd like to see him get more playing time during games, not just handing the ball off 8 times.
But I'm trying to remember the last time that what I'm about to say was true, because what the Miami I remember was loaded all over the place, and they would turn Ken Dorsey and Steve Walsh and Craig Erickson into the quarterback, and he'd be good enough. Miami's ceiling is his ceiling, and neither of those is good enough.
Although you did just watch LSU go into Auburn and win. You did just watch that.
That loss is starting to look better.
It is just a 2-score loss.
This guy's a hater, bro. They just won by like 25 points, won by 77 the week before. What's your deal, guy? Like, why is it nothing's ever good enough for you? They barely lost to a top 5 team in the country. They blew out a team by 77. They blew out another team in the glass, whatever the hell it's called, by 25 points. What's your problem? Why is nothing ever good enough for you? You're a hater. You hate this U for whatever reason. You hate us because you ain't us. We're going to come back to this. You're jealous of us. You're jealous of that U. You always have been. And I don't know what the problem is with you. Did you grow up down here?
Yes.
You're from Miami, bro. You're from Broward. That's not Miami. Oh, you're not about this life.
He's the only one who went to the school.
Oh, please. That doesn't mean anything. What does that mean, he went to this? That doesn't mean anything, bro. He's not about this Canes life.
Nothing, man.
This guy's not Miami. This guy's Broward, 954 over here. You're not 305. You're 954, bro. You're just mad because you tried to kill the football program and it didn't work. You and your little article, your little typewriter, writing stories about the Pell Grants, and you tried to get everybody fired, and you and Donna Shalala trying to kill the team together, and it didn't work. Didn't work. And she's not gonna win that seat in the House either, but that's another thing. That's another thing. But me and my Canes fan are going to make sure that Donna Shalala, who tried to kill this football program, is not going to be in the Senate or the House or whatever she's running for because of what she did to this school.
All you got to do is register to vote, people.
Yeah. This lady thought that we should make the school's focus be more on education than football. What's wrong with her? Is she crazy? Why would you do that? Why would you care more about the academics than the athletic program? That's ridiculous. I don't know what your excuse is. What's your excuse? Why are you sending so much haterade? Just tell the people. What's your deal?
Because you lost in the first week against LSU.
Barely. Top 5 team. We've gone over this.
They're a top half of the SEC team, but that, they're not the best team in that conference.
We're the best team in our conference and every conference. No other conference, Dan, has had the champion go to back-to-back national championship games. Prove me wrong. Am I wrong?
Yes.
Who?
You're in Alabama.
Oh, they didn't win the conference championship. Checkmate, bro.